The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
All right, here we are. We're back. It's another edition of Face Value with Bill DeMott and his moral compass, hashtag moral compass. But you know the deal now. I'm in cahoots with Amazon, and the reason I bring that up is with the Bill DeMott Experience on YouTube blowing up so much, I just ordered another film bag, another camera bag. I'm looking in to get some more hats because there's a lot of people saying, where do I get that hat? So these are the things I can get through Amazon. So these are all the things I've actually ordered through my page in the past couple of weeks, and I continue to do so. And before I continue, I'm gonna bring in the moral compass. What have you ordered from Amazon lately? Nothing. I have a big birthday coming up. Where are you gonna go do that from?
I guess
Amazon, and hit the yellow button. It's very easy. It supports this free show. I'd be grateful if you would buy these kinds of things through the Amazon page. The hats, I mean, it's clothes, it's shoes, it's music, it's movies, all these things. My link will take you straight to your account. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you'll get free 2-day shipping, plus a lot of great videos and music. You can order everything. We're going to hit the music in a minute. It's football season. Go everything football. If you've been watching Thursdays with Miss Paula, as you know, I'm on the lookout for a Dallas Cowboys jersey in a man size, so I'm scouting through Amazon with that. So support this free show. Go find the things you need. Click on the link at BillDeMottExperience.com. Click on the button. It takes you right to Amazon. It supports my show. Amazon and I are getting along famously. My birthday's coming up.
I know.
All right, then make sure you go and get the thing. Order me something. Your brother's is coming up too. Amazon, support your father. All right, we got that out of the way. And as you can tell, the funny thing about face value is this, and we're going to talk about it. And to catch everybody up, I'm a simple guy. I got a very unique outlook on life and the things that are going on in current events. And you would think it would bring me closer to the people who I work with. Never mind the people I work with on the Realm Network. I'm talking about my family. My moral compass for everybody who's paying attention and now tweeting, because I asked, do I keep the moral compass? And and they say, oh, keep her, she's great, and your Nana. Oh, I love Casey, so that's it. Her name's Casey. She's my oldest daughter. She's my moral compass. She is not getting on this video. For everybody on iTunes, the reason you don't see her is because she's not on it.
Maybe I should get a Twitter.
Well, maybe you should get a Twitter, the moral compass. As long as you keep hitting the Amazon button and you pump the brand and Vince Russo and everybody's on the brand and your father, iTunes, if you could see my face right now, it's unbelievable. The cockiness. Like, she was cocky when she graduated college. And she has a full-time job and she got her car and off the record, I'm proud of her. But the cockiness of people telling her how well she's doing on these shows. These are my shows. This is the Bill DeMott Experience. This isn't, hey, we love the moral compass.
I'm the product of the Bill DeMott.
You are a product of Bill DeMott. You are not a product of the Bill DeMott Experience.
I live in the Bill DeMott Experience.
You do live it. You actually have the inside track to a lot of this stuff, and you could probably shut this thing down. But we're back. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to catch up on some current events, some things that absolutely just unbelievable this week. But we're going to hit it, and she's going to get it right. So for all my friends on iTunes who are listening to this and who are not watching a video on the Realm Network, it's my favorite thing ever. I do that for Mark. I think when Mark produces these shows and I go, Realm Network, he goes, he's busting my chops. But I'm really not. Mark, you're my boy. Although you're a Redskins fan, but we won't talk football till again with Thursday. Miss Paul, let's catch everybody up. I mean, these podcasts are going great. Had a great interview with the Richard Estep, the paranormal guy. Good guest. Face values going well for the most part.
Hashtag
Hashtag moral compass. So help me goodness if that becomes like a regular hashtag. I dare you. I dare you this week to get a Twitter account and call yourself the Moral Compass, and we'll get people to follow you. You won't. You're looking at me like, dare me. I am there. Don't put. But
hi-oh.
There it is. iTunes. I point. She gives me the hi-oh. We argued about this. I said, I put some bass in your voice. I need you to sound better. I'm a girl. I don't have any bass. Put some. You hear how she talks to me off camera? Put that.
Hi-oh.
See, iTunes. I pointed. She got low. Hi-oh. Next, I'm just gonna have her on camera to introduce me. I'm gonna go back to my Ed McMahon introducing Johnny Carson. And here he is on the Realm Network. And I want to see you make the googly eyes go, Realm Network. Because you have that face. I told you, I watch her. She text messages and she makes faces when she reads. And it's like a conversation within her own mind. I don't know where you get there from.
Because I'm having a conversation.
You're not. It's a text message. It's not a conversation. Well, that's a lazy ass way to have a conversation.
Well, then talk to Jared about that.
I don't care about Jarrett and his here. Okay, here it is. Here's our conversation. We may never get to the news. Let's talk about this. How the hell can anyone, never mind my own kids and my own wife, iTunes, I'm pausing for effect, have conversations with people for 20 minutes via text message when you can pick up the friggin' phone and be done in 2 minutes? This is a rhetorical question for you, but to everybody out there on the Realm Network, iTunes, hit me up. This is the thing I want to talk about. I want feedback on. I want comments on this show. I don't get it. Your sister, and your mother sit on those phones and go back and forth instead of just picking up the phone. Nothing. It's like having a conversation email, and people say, "Well, if you put it in capital letters, it means you're screaming." You know how you know I'm screaming?
Well,
when you pick up the phone. That's right. Anybody can. That's why I got the big microphone, and you're off camera. That's how I'm screaming. Come on Face Value, you hear me screaming. They've yet to hear me scream on Face Value.
Well, that's probably.
This is a pretty good run. I don't know how many weeks this is. I've yet to be mad about anything. This week could do it. This week could do it with this stupid. Let's go right into the thing that bothers me the most of all the news, and there's some craziness going on in the world. How about the school in Washington banning the game of tag?
Yeah, I don't get that.
They're banning the game of tag, and I may get some of my facts a little cattywampus, but I got my finger on the pulse. They don't want it to become where a child's pushing another child or someone feels they're being touched inappropriately.
That's going to happen no matter what, I bet.
Ladies and gentlemen of the free world and of these United States, here are the rules to the game of tag. There is one person who is it. There are several people who don't want to be it. The it person runs after the non-it people and tags them to become not it. How this became an issue? This exercise. You're telling kids they cannot play tag. They're banning. Here's my issue already. This is why this story makes me mad. I talked to my boy, and my boy said, I said, how was recess? Recess was 10 minutes. Well, how was gym class? Because Vince is going to get mad at me again because I'm irrelevant. We call irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
What did I just say?
I don't know.
That was a weird word. Something. But you know what I meant.
Yeah.
It's like this mustache come out of nowhere. Where does it come from? It's irrelevant. I'm going to get rid of it. But my brother has a mustache. It's weird. My brother has like the weird mustache. But that's for Steve. I just do that for Steve. I change the subject. Back to the game of tag. And my boy's PE class. What'd you do in PE today? Well, we did this. Okay, Jeff. Well, we were only out there for a couple minutes. Why? with all these Fast 60 and the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball and all these places, and we want our kids out there on the playgrounds and having fun and all this stuff. Well, I feel like I used to go to school from like 8:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I had 45 minutes of class or something like that. Now, I'm 50 and I've been out of school for quite a while, but I believe we had time. You got in, you changed for gym class, and you ran your ass off.
That's what we did in school.
And now we have schools banning the game of tag so no one gets offended. Where do you go from there?
I don't know. All I played was tag because I'm
calling BS because
Why?
You haven't run in
when I
a
was a kid.
well, yeah, because a 22-year-old and washed up. Get your jogging shoes on and go run around the block. Go play tag with your brother because if we move to Washington, he's not going to be able to play. I don't get it. I don't understand the people get offended about. That's my thing, right? Social media, the court of public opinion about what people think is right or wrong. And they're banning tag so no one gets touched inappropriately. I got news for you. If you're getting touched inappropriately, it's not tag. It's a pickup line. It's like that episode from Friends where the guy kept smacking him. Oh,
What?
where he kept bing. He kept hitting him.
Yeah.
That's not tag. I get it.
Yeah, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's called running around patting someone on the ass. I'm talking about kids banning the game of tag. A lot of banning going on in school. Tag shouldn't be one of them. I'll go. Hey, put me in front of Congress on that one. I'll go. Washington schools, get in touch with the Realm Network. Come on the Bill DeMott Experience and explain that to me. Because I'm sure there's at least one other person wanting to know why you banned I guess you can rationally make your point about anything.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But
it's tag.
How long has the game been around?
Now, if we're back here in a week, a month, a year and saying we're no longer allowed to play baseball because there was so much time and effort being put into making those bats, or the ball shouldn't be, the threads or the laces are getting, or the kids are getting dirty, I'm done. Where do you go? I mean, this is all right. That's my high horse for that. I'm going to go into one more ban in schools. And just so everybody know, on iTunes, look, I have so many notes because I'm interested, right? And I make, unlike the moral compass, this is what happens. No, not time. I didn't point. It's not time. Don't get cocky. I know you're going to get Twitter. Next, you're already, forget it. So I say to Casey, hey, take notes of that. This is when we actually spend time at night when she's done working. And I say, take notes because I'm always taking notes and I've got it down to where I take notes on my iPhone now. Or I actually physically, I might be one of only 10 people in the world who actually write. But I write things down. I look at Casey and go, hey, make sure you take note of that. And she goes like this.
I got the notes this week.
So everybody on iTunes, she points to her head like, old man, I got a memory like a safe. I'll never forget it. And then we come to do the show, and I go, Casey, what were we supposed to talk about? She goes, I don't remember. Is that a true story?
Yeah. I wrote it down this week. I wrote some stuff.
Because Mama made you. Remember what you did. Remember what you did to your father.
You made me.
Oh, you damn right I made you. This. I got Amazon on here. People are tweeting, they're hashtagging. They said, keep the moral compass. She's so funny.
That's why.
I got it, old man. Old school. Write it down. My boy's learning how to type. I'm trying to teach him how to write in cursive.
You're teaching him how to type?
It's easier for me to teach him how to write instead of type because of two-finger Willie. But so the other man, you just made me look bad right there on my own show.
Well, they didn't see my.
Yeah, she was the imitation because I literally type with two fingers, but I'm very quick. You got to admit, I bet I still do like 255 words a minute. Thank goodness for autocorrect or auto spell. What is it?
Spell check.
Spell check. I'm going to get this right. So we're talking about tag in the school in Washington, and then football. Football is a big issue right now. We had the Evan Murray was the young man who unfortunately died after the football game. It turns out he ruptured his spleen. No one knew about it, and he was a great young football player. I believe he was quarterback. And a lot of schools across the country are canceling games and stopping football altogether because of the injuries and things. So my segue is to, while I understand this part of it, the tag thing I don't get. Someone has to call me on that one. I need a phone call, or I need justification. But football is becoming the issue, and we've talked about it before. And we talked about concussions and that Will Smith movie that's coming out or is already out on concussion, and all these things are happening. And a lot of schools are just taking away the, you got kids dying and you don't even, you can't die. You don't know. How do you know he ruptured his spleen?
Well,
And there's been a bunch of it, training in the heat, especially in the South, and two-a-days and things like that. And while the game has changed, maybe expectations have changed too. I'm not judging either way. I'm going, well, I guess that I understand when people put that in front of you and go, hey, listen, unfortunately, that's not where our money is, right? Some schools are based out of, they make money from their alumni and things like that, football. But a lot of schools across the country, high schools, are suspending games, canceling games, and stopping the program altogether. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a big thing going on, and you see it in the NFL all the time. You see guys go out and get hit, and they're gone, and they have to go through the right protocol, and that's the way it goes. I firmly believe by the time my boy is old enough to play, and he's old enough now, he's 6, right? But because he's a big kid, he has to play up, and we talk about that. And I don't want him playing with 8 and 9-year-olds. So it'll be interesting by the time he gets to high school, if there is even football in that level, in that grade level. So it's a lot of stuff happening with football in the schools. But just a little segue. I guess I should have started with that one first, and then led into the game of tag. But that game of tag, explain to me. You're the psychology major.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I can understand it, but it's
how?
tag.
Explain it to me.
Well, you just said you could rationalize your way through it.
No, anybody could. I mean, if anybody, like, here, I'm going to go out to City Hall and go, I should be able to pick my nose in public and not be condemned for it. This is a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. And people go, well, it's gross. Yeah, but maybe it clears my sinuses. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe having it. Yeah, but everybody else being sick and me being healthy, what's the... Do you understand? It's like the most ridiculous argument in the world.
Well, no, I'm just because, well, you know how kids do it. They'll start playing, and then one person they
listen. You take the kid out. The kid who's pushing with 2 hands and shoving the kid to the ground. You're out of the game. What happened to a little? Like, sit the hell down, you punk.
I mean, I'm not arguing that, but
right.
But I mean that happens when kids are playing any game.
Right. And then you sit them down. Listen, when we're coaching kids and you don't do your homework, you're not practicing. You don't finish your dinner and behave yourself, you're not playing the game. If you're no good, you don't get the 12th place trophy. You go sit down and get better. If you can't play a game of tag like an everyday kid, an American young boy or girl, and you can't play well with others, then you go sit. But you don't take away the game of tag. Well, you don't want to leave someone out. I don't want to hear about everybody talking about child obesity. Weigh in on this. This is like a dead serious subject for me. Child obesity, all you cats, NFL 60, every playground, hit me up. Bill DeMott on the Realm Network. On iTunes, I put the fingers up to my thing like I'm on the phone. Somebody call me. Like, I'll get you. I want you on my show. I want you on my podcast. Explain to me how everybody gets punished, but yet you want people to be. Like, eating grapes and prunes isn't going to make a kid healthy. Might make him regular, but it's not going to make him healthy. My kid needs to run around. He needs to be playing zombie tag and whatever the hell else they play, but he doesn't need to be out there for 6 minutes, 3 days a week. I had gym class every day. And sports. Thank goodness he plays baseball and he's athletic and all that stuff. But like, you should sue the school system.
Why?
Because you're not athletic.
So that's got nothing to do with the school.
Yeah, but maybe you can say it's because they didn't want me to play tag.
I can sue the kids in high school if you ask for everything. For the kids that hit me in the head with the volleyball or.
This conversation went totally crazy. Let's talk about something funny now that I'm laughing. So the song of the week. So we talked about it. Here's my segue, because I absolutely love the fact that I'm doing things with Amazon, right? So we talk about you can download music and everything else, and just to keep everybody up on you who are getting the Twitter account, hashtag Moral Compass was not ready with my music this week. So for 3 days I've had it ready. So the story was the most feel-good, where is it? The most feel-good song of all time. And where is it? I don't even know where it is. Yes, the most feel-good song of all time. And there was a lot of songs up there. But here it is. Ready? You got it?
Yeah.
I need to play it. Hit it. It's Queen's Don't Stop Me Now. iTunes, I'm bobbing my head. Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. Most feel-good song of all time. Agree, disagree? Of all time?
I know you're a big fan of Jimmy Fallon's The Lip Sync Battle.
Yeah.
He did one when he first started doing it. He did it with Paul Rudd, and Paul Rudd did this as one of his songs.
Paul Rudd did Don't Stop Me Now?
Yeah, and it was hysterical because he was like doing a dance and he was like all over the stage.
Paul Rudd's funny.
He's hysterical.
I saw him in Ant-Man. He was funny even in Ant-Man, Marvel Comics. But Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Most feel-good song of all time. I personally think King Creole from Elvis might be the most feel-good. Although I danced to Queen. Everybody was bopping here on the Realm Network. Most feel-good song. I get it. That's a good song. Surprising. Taylor Swift's not on there. Maybe because she didn't have Mick Jagger on it with her. It's Taylor Swift, of all things, right? So that's viral. Was the grandma who goes to a Taylor Swift concert.
To see Mick Jagger.
And all of a sudden Mick Jagger comes out and she got the bingo arms going and she got the thing and but the bingo, and it's a grandma, and there's Mick Jagger, who looks better than Taylor Swift. Actually, I think Mick Jagger weighs more than Taylor Swift. And he's about $120, so that shows you how small she is.
But that's her thing though. She brings everybody and anybody.
But now she has like a posse. What do they call it? The Taylor Swift gang or what?
I don't know. But she brought, 1 week she brought up Lisa Kudrow and they sang Smelly Cat.
Yeah, Smelly Cat. And now you got Mick Jagger.
She brought up Mariska Hargitay because she's like a huge Law and Order
Mariska Hargitay. What was that? The Love Guru?
Yeah, Love Guru.
Mariska Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay.
But yeah, she's like, I guess she's a huge Law and Order fan, and Mariska was in the music video, and so she was up on stage. And
listen,
she brings everybody.
That's great. This is not the Taylor Swift show. Just the fact that Mick Jagger, talk about Queen, rock and roll royalty, Mick Jagger royalty, and he's on Taylor Swift.
But I'm just saying, that's her thing.
That's her thing. Well, she can get away with it. Hey, Mick Jagger, Taylor Swift. What's the guy? Don't have her call me?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah, you lost to the Pope, dude. I got to tell you, the Pope absolutely killed it. Ed Sheeran. And the funny thing was, the Pope, now this might get me in trouble with a few people, but at Congress, when the Pope was addressing Congress or the UN, right? The United Nations, the Pope went like this to scratch, and someone thought they saw the same lion that Ed Sheeran put on his. No, that's not funny. The Pope doesn't have a lion. The Pope, whatever you want. Pope, no tattoos on the Pope. Pope, I'd say call me, but you're a busy guy. But Taylor Swift, call me. I want to know how that happens. I got some. Here's the cool thing about these interviews. This is face value, so it's just me and you, because now you're famous and relevant. But I get some cool people coming up, and I don't want to say their names because if I jinx it, I'm gonna be upset. But I got some, reached out, and you're excited. You got to admit, because if this guy calls me back and we do this, you're gonna go, whoa, this is pretty cool.
Probably won't be here though.
Well, I won't let you be here because you'll probably want to talk to him. So I've got a couple of really cool guests coming up. Keep checking out all my interviews on there. I got a great conversation with Mickey James and Nick Aldis, wrestling superstars, and Nick's an author, and Mickey James with her music, and just great people. We had on the Bill DeMott Experience that just aired last week. We did training camp and we spent the weekend together. Rich, so is music. So Mickey James does music. Reminds me, that's how I work, right? Simple guy. Something strikes me, or even get me off the tag thing. So Mick Jagger joins Taylor Swift. Who's the cat who joined Madonna the other week?
Was it Anderson Cooper?
Anderson Cooper joins Madonna, and I go on, and Madonna's spanking him.
I think it was Anderson Cooper.
Yeah. So I'm going to move on from that,
but
because
I heard that he goes to like every Madonna concert though, or something like
that.
that.
So she called him on stage. The guy was out there dancing. It looked funny, but the guy was having fun. So all these rock stars are pulling people up on the thing.
Well, and then did you hear the thing about Katy Perry?
Yeah, she kissed a girl and didn't like it. You thought I wasn't up on that. I will steal. Hey, I will steal from people because people steal from me, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Who stole from me? I'm going to sit here. iTunes. I have the cigar in my hand. I have my hand on my chin, and I'm going to listen to the moral compass. Tell me, because I did steal that. That was the phrase. I think it was Matt Lauer or somebody, whoever said it, because I'm a big.
Well, it was all over.
To everybody goes, Katy Perry had a fan come up, or whatever the case was, and the fan thought she was playing a game of tag, and she got all handsy and gropey, and then kissed. And so I kissed the girl, and I liked it, but Katy got kissed by this girl, and she didn't like it. Because if you see the video, I would like it either. But so there's your music. So go ahead, but I stole that, kissed the girl, she didn't like it. But who stole from me?
It was Kelly and Michael.
Speak up.
Okay. Well, yesterday we were watching, because we watched Kelly and Michael in the morning. So yesterday we were watching the show, and
Michael Strahan, legendary football player, Hall of Fame, New York Giants, does the football. Love him. He did the Emmy-winning talk show host. And who's he biting on? Bill DeMott. Go ahead, finish your story.
So they introduced him. They're walking out to Uma Thurman by Fall Out Boy, which we played last week on Face Value.
Wait, say that again. That we played on Face Value last week.
Or it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, no matter what it is, we did it before them.
And so when Kelly and Michael come out, they sit in the chairs, and Kelly said, "Who knew? I never thought they could mash up the theme song from the Munsters, but the song." And Dad went ballistic.
iTunes, my hands are in the air like the grandma who saw Mick Jagger, except I don't have the bingo thing going. Like if the wind blows strong in my house, my arms aren't shaking. That's where I'm at. So we're watching Kelly and Michael. They come out the Fall Out Boy. Call me. Forget Fall Out Boy. Uma Thurman. Call me. Poison Ivy and Batman. Who could forget that? They go, oh, who would have thought they could play watch what I'm doing. The Munsters, not the Monsters. I said the Monsters theme. Kelly says the Munsters theme. Everybody goes, she's so like everybody should know right now, Michael Strahan listens to the Bill DeMott Experience. He's on the Realm Network. He downloads me on iTunes. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. He has full invitation to come on this show and tell me differently. That'd be awesome. He's a New York guy. Are you kidding me? But Michael Strahan watching me, and then, granted, I think Kelly and Michael have like 17 more viewers than I have, especially in the New York area, but I'm getting up there. But that's right. People will steal your shit. I say that all the time. I've been saying punch you in the throat for the past 40 years. Now, every TV show's punch you in the throat. We're watching something. You hear someone say, screw the pooch, and you look at me because I invented this stuff. This is like, when you say stuff to me, it's like wrestling. Everybody feels like they're the first one to do it, but everybody steals from everybody. But the fact that Michael Strahan watches my show and is stealing my stuff is great. That's all I got for that. I'm back to music. You're going on Amazon. You're going to order me stuff for my birthday. whatever it is. If you go on Amazon, I think you can find the happy birthday song. The happy birthday song now is public domain. Before you had to pay, the company's name was Warner Chappell. And every time it was paid, that's why TV shows, movies, sitcoms, all these things, they can't play the happy birthday to you because they had to pay like $3,000 every time it was used. That's why when you went to Chuck E. Cheese or all these happy birthday, what are these restaurants? Everything. But they used to come out and go with the big brownie or the big spoon of ice cream and the candle and the happy. They can't now. They all invented their own songs, which is much better. It's entertaining every time I'm sitting there. I
know you embarrass us.
Oh yeah, I'll bet because anytime somebody's singing and acting the fool, I'm in. But the happy birthday song is now public domain. So next week or next episode of Face Value, we will play the happy birthday song.
But it's not anybody's birthday.
It doesn't matter. First, I just want to find out if we have to pay for it. Because if we can put it on there and not pay for it, then watch Michael and Kelly do it.
They're not good.
You don't know. Michael Strahan's watching. Listen, I get it. He's a busy man. But he's watching me. He's watching my show. He's listening. He's listening on that. He's driving right now in his what must be a gigantic car because he's a big cat.
He's gonna follow me on Twitter now.
He's gonna follow the Moral Compass on Twitter. Michael Strahan's people call my people. My people's the Moral Compass. So if you could just call me, it's the same as calling her. Get in touch with my boy Mark at the Realm Network. Let's do it. I would love to sit and talk to Michael Strahan. Like I got some cool guests coming up. But Michael Strahan would be like, bam.
Yeah.
Your grandfather would lose his bowels. I mean, his mind. What did I say? Bowels? What is bowels? Oh. Sometimes. Let's get back to things that aggravate me because I'm having fun this week. Hey, what about now Halloween's coming up and everybody who watches Thursdays with Miss Paula, I lost a bet. And for Halloween, I have to dress up in full regalia as a Dallas Cowboy, paint the face old. I'm down with that. We won't talk about that. That's for Paul and I to argue about every week. What about the mom that wrote to Party City complaining about the costumes? She's offended that the girl's police outfit wasn't the same as the boy's police outfit. Why can't my girl wear the pants? Why does my daughter, why is the costume for girls in a skirt?
I get that though.
Shut up. Shut up.
Because it's like this whole no, because I seriously
why does everything have to be non-gender specific? Hey, but here's my point. It's Halloween.
I know.
I dressed up I can't tell you how many times growing up through my neighborhood, one, we made our own costumes. Now there's Party City and all these other things. Not a knock on Party City whatsoever. We made our own costumes. I can't tell you how many times the boys, dressed up as women for Halloween because Halloween's supposed to be fun.
And because you guys have a twisted sense.
But it's about characters and fun and doing something out of the ordinary and having fun. This lady's offended because her daughter can only pick from girl costumes. I call bullshit. You can pick from any costume.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of goes, it's the whole issue. When you go to especially for like girls like my age, you go to a costume shop.
Yeah.
And there's like the sexy policeman, the sexy this, the sexy that.
Yeah.
You know, everything is very like objectified. So you don't want young girls to start thinking they have to dress like that.
So you don't it never crosses your mind, I'm going to dress as a Ninja Turtle. Would you dress as SpongeBob?
Well, I don't like Halloween.
Well,
So
okay, first of all, I don't know when this, and I'm going to say it, I'm going to get in trouble for using this word. My daughter's a communist. If my boy comes to me and says, I want to dress like one of the Powerpuff Girls,
you would say no.
iTunes. Can you hear my voice? I'd look at them and go, why Powerpuff Girls? But it's Halloween. Now, if my boy came to me and said on a regular basis, hey, I'm going to school today, I'm dressed like Powerpuff. Why? Is it crazy like costume day? My whole point is it's costumes. Now there's no, and I get it, I guess. But Halloween, she wrote a letter to Party City saying they're wrong at how they present their costumes.
But
so then what happens? You put a adorable little girl who does the ad in a full-blown policeman's outfit, right? With the pants. And if you go on, you'll see it. You see it in the Sunday papers, if there's still such thing. You see it on the ads and online and all this stuff. And then you'll get somebody who goes, why'd you cover up my daughter? Why'd you make her dress like that? I mean, there's no winning. But to me, it's too far. Come on, Casey.
Well, I mean, I know you said it's costumes, I get that. But realistically, what police officer that's a female wears skirts?
Right, but they're not saying, Party City's not saying, these are the only 3 costumes you can pick for your daughter or for your son. They're not saying that. We sit out here every year, and there's kids coming as everything. Power Rangers and superheroes, and they're not putting Thor in a dress for a girl. You want to be Thor, you dress as Thor. If a girl wants to be Captain America, she's going to dress it. Party City's not going, your version of Captain America has to be in a skirt. They're not saying that. No, they don't. I'm telling you they don't. But what happens to the girl who wants to grow up to be a princess? There's not going to be any princesses left. The mermaid's going to have legs and chaps. The new version, Ariel's going to be in a motorcycle leathers, jacket and everything because she doesn't have to be the regular mermaid. Stereotypical mermaids don't have legs and they wiggle their thing, and I want to be able to walk, and I want to have a tattoo. I'm just mad. I'm mad. I'm pissed. Well, I'm telling you how pissed I am. This is for my mother. Turn my head around. This is for my mother. I'm mad now. We're getting into it deep on faith. My mother, we had this conversation. Nana said, turn it. Yeah. You want to see my face? This is my face, Matt. Look, here are the iTunes. The glasses are off. And for everybody, for wrestling purposes, for the guys who pop for my references, usually when the glasses come off and the watch is off, the tooth comes out. But I got a new tooth.
Did you show me?
No, it stays in all the time now. I had to get a new one because Mama, every time I was coaching, I'd come on and boom, my tooth would go like that. Are we done talking about the Party City lady?
You brought it up. I was just.
Well, I'm asking for, you're the psychology major, and I ask for your opinion. And while I get it sometimes, then you go, well.
I try to just be objective.
There's a 25-year-old girl who's going to go to Party City to get a costume. And she's going to make her own decision. Hey, I want to dress like that kind of cop or that kind of cop. I want to dress as a skeleton or I want to dress as a ballerina. And I feel like kids aren't given the right to make their own mind up.
And I think that's part of her point. She doesn't know, the little girl wouldn't know any better.
But it's supposed to be cute. You're not objectifying a little girl because she's in a. Now, don't get me wrong. I see both sides of it.
That's how it starts, though.
But that's how it starts because by the time that little girl, 7-year-old girl, grows up to be 15, 16, 17, or graduates college, they have a different outlook on life. And they go, oh, I'm being subjectified. It's Halloween. That's my point. I'm allowed to say that. I'm a simple guy. That's the way I look at it. I don't get into it deep. I'm just saying freaking Halloween. You look at these costumes. Give me that. Give me that. Can you people see this? Like for everybody on iTunes, I'm showing you a picture. Can you see that? There's nothing wrong with that costume. Hey, Party City, I'm in your corner. And hey, lady, mom, whoever you are, all moms. I don't want moms bagging on me because I'm not bagging on moms. I'm just saying why does everything have to be an issue? Why can't it just be Halloween? Do we want Mrs. Claus in the same outfit as Santa Claus? I mean, Christmas is coming up. What'd you get me? Go on Amazon, click the button. See, if you could see her face right now, she's so pissed off because I'm actually making sense to her, and
I'm
she's.
not saying you're not making sense, but I'm saying there's more
It's
to it than
to me, it's a double-edged sword. But to write Party City, and I think the bigger thing for me is, I guess if you write about it in your own time and all these things, but once it becomes that big of news and you get it out there like that, I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's face value, right? For everybody who's new to face value, that's me. That's what I do. There's my Facebook thing. Here's face value with Bill DeMott. I'm simple. I just ask for answers. I say to and I mean this sincerely, and you and I talk about this all the time. Call me. Get on the show. Party City. Come and defend it or whatever. And I don't even know what their reply was. I'm sure it was, hey, we'll look into it or we'll fix it. I don't have all the thing. I just write down what grabs my attention. And this lady saying, well, I just feel like it's it. Here's the options. Party City has 1 billion costumes. If your daughter likes to wear a skirt or a dress or a ballerina outfit, let her do it. If she wants to dress like the Green Lantern, let her do it. That's all I'm saying. But I get a little worked up because it's freaking Halloween. And everything is like Toys R Us. There's no boys' games, girls' games. It's their games. But then what happens when somebody finally goes, why can't my daughter find... What's Cowboys and Indians going to become? Cowgirls and Indians?
I think that whole debate, no, I'm being serious. I think that whole debate is because it's worse for, it's okay for girls to play with race cars. It's okay for girls to wear, it's not okay for boys to play with Barbies. It's not okay for boys to like pink. It's not okay for boys to do things that girls do.
Why?
Because it's this whole masculinity thing.
No, I disagree with that. You see your brother all the time. He's a pink. He's got no fashion sense.
But, he doesn't. But still, you tell him all the time.
But he's not.
That's for girls, and kids are afraid.
Listen, you want to play Ken and Barbie, and I guess that's a stereotype. But you want to play Ken and Barbie? I'm down with it. Who's the guy who bought him Wonder Woman, Hawk Girl, all these things, right? He does not that he doesn't play with girl things, and I get it. But if and I say this honestly, if he came to me and said, I want these Barbies, naturally I'd be inquisitive and go, why? And then let him do his thing. It still brings me back to I think the mom got more offended that she wanted more picks for her daughter. We could go on forever about this. And it goes, we talk about this a lot, right? It's that social thing and the public opinion and all this stuff. I just can't believe it's a story. I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than anybody. But I'm frustrated. It's Halloween. You got a cool mask on and doing all this stuff. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. All I know is if you're having funny and you want my last baby Ruth, then it's Halloween. That's what we're talking about. Naturally, I keep the baby Ruth off to the side. I give him the Snickers.
I thought you like Snickers.
Baby Ruth. Goonies.
I know.
Rocky Road. No. All right, let's get off. Okay. Party City. Mom who wrote the letter, somebody call me. The moral compass will take the call. Let's go to our fashion news, right? We always have fashion news. Okay. Big news. Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Which one is it? Ralph Lauren.
Pretty sure.
Ralph Lauren.
It's Sophia Loren. It's Ralph Lauren.
You have no idea who Sophia Loren is. What's she star in? Give me one movie.
Grumpy Old Men. I knew you'd do that. That's why I said it.
On iTunes, that's called Dead Air. For everybody on iTunes right now I'm going to fix my freaking hat. I'm mad. Everybody on iTunes, that was called Dead Air because my daughter just told me Sophia Loren's best role was Grumpy Old. That's what you need. First of all, you had the colossal gall to throw her name out there, which I was excited. And I said, okay, give me something she did. And you say Grumpy Old Man.
She was on model and stuff, right?
Oh, for the love of Pete, stop talking. Here it is.
I'm not doing it now.
Oh, jeez. Now it's back to the attitude. So Ralph Lauren, no relation to Sophia Loren, one of the most recognized names in the world, fashion, all these things. You know, that guy started, his whole thing started, he started selling ties out of his car. Totally off the subject. Some of the best food I ever had in Mexico was made out of the trunk of a guy's car.
Didn't it make you sick though?
No, that was the only food that didn't make me sick. Totally off the subject. Back to Sophia Loren.
No,
Ralph started selling ties out of the back of his car. Fast forward a couple of decades, $9 billion company. He steps down as CEO. Says, no, at Fashion Week. At the end of Fashion Week, you know, the whole runway, all that stuff. By the way, I am fully open to being on the runway. I'm like a plus size. Okay, let's go back to this. Ralph, I'm going to get back to you in a minute. How come there's no plus size models for men?
What?
Women plus size models, they have their fashion shows, they have plus size, they have Bill DeMott puts his name in the hat. I want to go down the runway in Fashion Week as a plus size. I'm 6'1", 6'2", 330 pounds. Book me. I can still walk. You might have to make the runway a little bigger.
Call Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan just did a thing with JCPenney, right? He just launched his thing. Michael, you're listening to the show. You got a suit for Big Papa? Put me on there. I'll walk it.
The big and tall. That's what he
Big and tall. But he's tall.
Yeah.
But does he still have 21-inch arms? It looks like it. I don't know. He looks pretty good. Anyway, back to Ralph Lauren. So I'm listening to this. $9 billion he steps down. No health problems, no nothing. Just thinks it's time to step down to build the brand. Who does he name as his watch this word, successor?
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking my people.
Oh.
I'm asking the democracy. Hashtag democracy. That's where we're at because it's my world. Stephen Larson, the guy who turned around Old Navy, is named his successor. I don't know anything about fashion.
Yeah.
Ralph Lauren, Old Navy. Old Navy's a big deal, right? They got Old Navy. You shop there. Mama shops there. Everybody shops there. You know why I don't shop there? Because Old Navy, you don't do men's sizes. You do spend way too much money on there. Start shopping on Amazon. Click the button. Support me. That was a free one for you, Amazon. But so the guy from Stephen, because he turned around Old Navy, he's the guy credited with turning around, and now he's the CEO. Ralph's going to stay on as creative liaison or whatever, creative officer, chief creative officer. But Stephen Larson from Old Navy takes over Ralph Lauren. Lauren. Who's Lauren?
Sophia.
Gonna be old man. So now my question is, will he keep the brand separate? Right? This is my fashion question. Does he keep the brand separate, or do we start to see some Ralph stuff in Old Navy?
I doubt that.
You doubt it?
I mean,
my daughter is walking around the front yard right now with a balloon in her hand.
Why does she have a balloon?
I don't iTunes. I'm pointing out my window because I have the courtesy, you know, I get to do this in my middle daughter, who doesn't want to dress as a policeman this Halloween, is walking around with a balloon. That's killed my whole Ralph Lauren story. Good cologne though. That's my fashion news.
We sell the shoes at work.
Ralph Lauren shoes?
The Polo, yeah, Polo by Ralph Lauren, that brand that he has.
Oh, I didn't even put two and two together. Polo
by Ralph Lauren, yeah.
That guy made he made like the shirts popular. Polo shirts.
I get it.
All right. That's our fashion. We have nothing for fashion news. Where is she at? Is she going to explain herself? What are we doing here? This is my show. Is she getting yelled at? Are you yelling at her? I'm live. I'm talking on my show. I'm trying to do a thing and you're walking around my front yard with a balloon in your hands. Another one, another peanut gallery.
Open the door.
And this is it. iTunes. Listen to this conversation. Go ahead, keep going. No, there's no bass in anybody's voice in this house.
You could have gone into his truck and use the garage door opener.
I'm trying to do a show.
Oh, goodness.
I'm doing a show and they're arguing. This is what happens. And then you bring in the 6-year-old. Shut up. I'm doing a show. Take your balloon and get the hell out of here. What is happening?
You got to talk to her.
I can't. I don't.
Which we had that conversation.
We did have that conversation. We're going to. Listen, everybody. Okay. All fathers of 3 children, in which 2 are daughters, call me.
Uncle Daryl.
My brother should call me. They just got back from their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing she did as a married woman? Open a new Facebook page. You know why? Because she listened to me talk about it. Husbands and wives should not have separate Facebook pages. So my niece, who's very intelligent, got another Facebook page.
So they shouldn't have separate Facebook pages?
Why? Why should I have to learn about what you're doing? Like, why should I have to read Facebook to know what's going on in your...
You shouldn't. If you live together.
That's my point. So she listened to the show. Michael Strahan listens and steals Fall Out Boy. My niece listens and opens Facebook, cancels the other day. That's where I'm at with that. 8-year-old newspaper reporter. Little 8-year-old girl in Pennsylvania goes around town and reports the news. Her dad used to work for New York Times. They moved to somewhere in Pennsylvania. I think it's called the Orange Street News because that's the street she lives on. She literally takes her bicycle around town, knocks on people's doors. She wants the answers. If there's something going on in town, she'll knock till she gets the answers. And people literally talk to her like they open up to her. Like she'll go and meet policemen and what happened today, is there an armor? And the cops will explain it. And she wants to know about the what's going on in her world at 8 years old. She wants to be like her dad. See the segue there? That little girl looks up to her father and is following after him. You two in your 20s, both of you, are arguing and running around my front lawn with a freaking balloon.
No, she is. I'm not. I'm sitting here doing my job that I don't get paid for.
There it is. She just, that's it. Every week she has to throw in, I volunteer. You don't volunteer. Listen, I got nothing. I really have nothing. So this is what I covered this week. We can now sing happy birthday without having to pay a substantial amount of money. We're waiting for Michael Strahan, Party City, and the schools from Washington to call me. What? Oh, here's one. How about the selfie spoon? Let's talk about the selfie spoon first.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has made a selfie spoon so your phone fits on the spoon so you can take selfies of yourself eating your cereal. People from Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I'm going to let you know now. I'm going to go buy the spoon and take selfies of me eating Sugar Pops and Lucky Charms and Cheerios and everything else because you got to be out of your mind.
I think it's actually the same company.
Is it the same company?
It's like, I know Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a couple other cereals are under the same.
Raisin Bran. Oatmeal.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Applesauce. I'm gonna take your spoon.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. I'm gonna take your spoon and take selfies of me eating everything but your cereal. What? How is that? The worst part is it's probably gonna be a big seller.
They showed it on the Today Show, and Hoda and Kathy Lee were doing it, and they're like, "This is ridiculous! Like, why nobody looks attractive eating cereal?"
And neither Hoda and Kathy Lee
Yeah.
can't drink their wine with a spoon, so it really doesn't work out in their favor. Because they drink some wine. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch has a spoon. Selfies. What is it? Come on, give it to me. Here's my stat for the week. Selfies there's more deaths every year with people taking selfies than shark attacks. Backtrack to the summer. I tried to find a shark and punch it in the nose when I was in the Outer Banks. Didn't happen, but I had my GoPro and I want to,
Well, if you took a selfie with the shark and the shark bit you, that'd be like a whole new category.
And this show would be huge. Imagine if I got the shark on that bit me and interviewed the shark.
What, like in Jaws, you'd have it hanging upside
There's
down?
be quiet. I have an alligator head back there.
I know. It's over there.
What's on that side?
Yeah.
So, while selfies are huge, social media, Instagram, Facebook, leave my alligator.
Kill that alligator.
I'm going to kill an alligator. Selfies. Big thing. Cause more deaths than shark attacks. Now, I don't have any statistics, but the first time I hear about somebody getting injured using the selfie spoon, eating cereal, then we're gonna have we're gonna have a problem, because cereal is a fun thing, much like Halloween. The first mother that writes to Cinnamon Toast Crunch and complains that their child's spoon caused them you can't even say it seriously, but that's fine, right? Cinnamon Toast Crunch made a spoon. So here's the other thing: selfies, right?
Oh, I wonder if the guy that made the selfie stick is going to sue for making the selfie spoon, because it's pretty much the same concept. It's just with the spoon.
Okay, so let's do this. Selfie cigars. If I make now, this is October 2015. This is the Bill DeMott Experience. I'm Bill DeMott. That's the moral compass. I'm saying this. So if it happens, you heard it here first, and I'm calling gimmick infringement. All right? Gimmick infringement, and not my dog. I will make an adapter that goes on my cigar and takes a selfie of me smoking cigars. That's pretty good. Okay. That's Shark Tank material.
The Shark Tank.
Because you're telling me this guy who invented the selfie stick could be pissed about the spoon.
I'm just wondering. I don't know if he's in
the
on
selfie
it.
Cigar.
Unless he's in on it, then or she or.
Let me hear. That's my question for the week. Everybody on Twitter. Wait, let me put it up because we haven't put it up. Next week we'll have a new Twitter handle. We will have the Twitter handle of the Moral Compass. But everybody on iTunes, check it out. Follow me on Twitter at Bill DeMott. On Instagram at Bill DeMott. On Facebook, facebook.com/democracy. DEMOTTCRACY. And let's talk. That's the subject of the Bill DeMott Experience this week. The cigar selfie. I mean, it's right there. You put the thing right there, and you're talking to your friends, and you're shooting the shiznit. That's shit for real. And you're doing all this stuff, and you're taking selfies of the conversation. But more people die from selfies than shark attacks. But we hear a lot more about the shark attacks.
Where did you even hear that?
What do you mean? What? I got my finger on the pulse of this country.
Yeah, but where's your source? I never.
I am the source. I'm delivering the news right now.
Oh, you're like a secondary source.
I am not first of all, I'm not a secondary anything. What does that mean? That was a backhanded compliment. What was that?
Where did you get your information?
I went right to the selfie people.
Okay. The selfie people.
Maybe they're selfie people and you don't know about it.
Okay, so what, you talked to Kim Kardashian?
I talked to Kim because I'm still waiting for her and Kanye to call me.
Kanye's not gonna call me.
Kanye is calling me. If he's for real with this president thing.
Kanye's not. Kim didn't even know about it until he announced it, and she was like,
She was probably standing right next to him and didn't even know about it. But I bet she'd buy the selfie cigar. Imagine me. In the upcoming weeks of Face Value, I will have a, what do they call a prototype?
You're going to build one?
I'm going to build a selfie cigar stick. Now, the bitch is you're going to have a hell of a cigar to hold up that iPhone because these things are like 45 pounds. They'd bend the shit out of my cigar.
Get a black eye.
If I try to get, you can't do it. But it's an idea. Unless it's made out of titanium, which is the lightest stuff ever.
But the phone is so heavy.
And I meant the phone.
Maybe you should talk to Apple.
Which goes back to Steve Jobs.
Maybe you should talk to
Let's talk about Steve Jobs. This is the last part because you brought up Apple and Steve Jobs. How about the guy from Apple or the CEO, whoever he is now?
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook going after the movie maker about the new Steve Jobs movie and saying everybody trying to cash in on Steve Jobs and that everybody's trying to cash in on Apple's success. So the director goes, director says, funny coming from a company that capitalizes on children in China assembling his products.
He's not wrong.
So the guy from Apple gets pissy saying someone else cashed in. First of all, let's break this down. Apple, huge. Everything. iPhones, apps, this, that, Steve Jobs movie, everything. They should be thanking everybody for all the publicity just never stops, right? Well deserved. Never stops. Why that guy would get on publicly and say this guy, just another guy making a movie biting on the success of Steve Jobs.
Didn't they just make a Steve Jobs?
Yeah. But why say it? It's just publicity for the company and everything else. It goes back to why is everybody going to piss and moan? So then it opens up the door for the director to go, funny coming from a guy who has babies building things in China. That's to where the guy from Apple had an oh shit moment and retracted it and they made nice on Twitter or something.
Well, we learned about that like in my management. It's called the place in China. It's called Foxconn, and the conditions are so awful. Like they have nets all around the facility because people like try to kill themselves and jump off the building. So they put nets out there so people can't kill themselves because the conditions are so awful.
This is not the same as Comic-Con.
No, it's not a convention. The place, the facility.
I'm trying to keep it lit because you just brought me way down.
No, I'm going off of it because the facility is called Foxconn, where they make all the Apple products, where they make your tablet of a phone and
it's a big phone
and your big gigantic Mac and.
Well, let's go back to the facts. What's publicity? All Michael Strahan has to go is, hey, I was listening to the Bill DeMott Experience and Bill talked about this. I'd be happy. Now I'm on the show going, Michael, you're stealing my stuff. Now Michael and I are going to get into a Twitter war.
He's too nice though. I don't think.
Damn it, that'd be cool.
I mean, you could like tell him on the down low.
Michael, hit me up. We'll fight on Twitter.
Yeah.
I have almost a third of the followers you have. But that's crazy, right? Everybody's beefing. My thing is everybody's beefing.
But I think everybody's quick to talk about Steve Jobs and his success and his accomplishments and not about what really happens when they make the product.
Wait a minute. You're going deep. All I'm saying, listen, okay. Let it go. All I'm saying is that the guy from Apple thought he was going to be king shit and bust this guy's chops. And the director turned around with the facts and dropped them on him. And now they made nice on Twitter. So following up this whole show, the lady from Party City should apologize and we should make up there. Washington schools give tag back to the kids. I don't know what to say about Mick Jagger and the bingo lady. I'll apologize to the bingo lady.
That was just funny.
That was just funny. Who else do we have to apologize? Happy birthday, Freddie Mercury song.
No,
That's two different things.
Two different things.
You will publicly apologize to Sophia Loren, saying her biggest accomplishment is Grumpy Old Men.
You said name one film she's been in, and I said Grumpy Old Men.
Well, that's like talking music with this whole house. And you guys know songs from movies. I say, hey, who did that? I don't know, but it was in Pretty in Pink. What the?
That's a good movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, great. Name one good movie she was in.
Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, okay. Why does it have to be pink?
The
Because boys can't watch it?
Breakfast Club.
Why does it have to be pink? Because boys can't watch it?
The dress was pink.
Why can't it be pretty in off-white? Why can't it be attractive to all people? Why does it have to be pretty in pink?
I hope Molly Ringwald.
I hope Molly Ringwald does call me. What's happening? Hot stuff.
That's 16 Candles. That's a good movie too, though.
Molly Ringwald would call me. I know for a fact she's a fan. Who's the fan? Melissa Joan Hart?
Yeah, I think it's her.
Tabitha? Is that Tabitha?
Yeah.
Who's Melissa Joan Hart?
She's the.
Yeah, we follow each other on Twitter. She puts out some great stuff. She should call me. We should do it. But she didn't do what's happening. Hot stuff.
No.
All right, that's it. You've actually frustrated me. I tried to bring a little fun. I tried to get serious about the game of tag, and you got serious all up on the Steve Jobs thing. So,
Well,
Apple, I'm a fan. I got your products.
I'm a fan.
Of course you're a fan. But you jump on that's the wrong soapbox. We have to talk after this. So here's what we have to look forward to next week. Here's what we have next week. Casey, the Moral Compass, will have a new Twitter handle, and we'll put it up for everybody. Everybody start following her. This is just the way it's going to go. What do we cover? I need some good news. Hey, I have some good. A lot of things happening with the Bill DeMott Experience, the YouTube channel. Let me put that up there for everybody who's not familiar with it. There's my giants, but there it is. It's simply the Bill DeMott Experience. YouTube/C/the Bill DeMott Experience. Subscribe to it. It's a free channel. People are watching. So many thousands of views now. We just released the training camp episode, and I'm just constantly editing new episodes, and we always have things coming on here in the Realm Network and podcasts and Face Value and things like that. So keep following. I appreciate all the comments. Catch up every Thursday with Miss Paula as we talk the NFL. I'm leading, by the way, Paula. I know you're watching this. I'm leading. Your picks are getting less and less. What else we got going on? I tried out for I'm on the short list of a major network, right? That's what they're called, major network. So I'm auditions going out and just taking advantage of everything that's going on out there. Training camps. I can be reached through the Bill DeMott Experience, and always out there doing things and looking to talk to great people. I have some really cool guests coming up here on the Realm Network with the Bill DeMott Experience. So that's it. The Moral Compass is back. She got me mad. I got one kid running around with balloons, one kid telling me about people jumping into nets. I don't even know. I saw Ant-Man. Did I mention I saw Ant-Man?
Yes.
That was my movie for the week. Paul Rudd, who did the funny thing of Queen.
Yeah, but don't stop me.
I don't know what I'm going to come up with next week. Face Value. Michael Strahan, hit me up. Party City, let me know. Washington School District. Who's the other people? Taylor Swift is going to tell me how I get into it. When Taylor Swift comes to the Southeast, again, when she comes to Orlando.
She'll be in Tampa.
Well, when Taylor Swift, you come, someone reach out to Taylor Swift, and you've had Smelly Cat on there, and you've had Mick Jagger, and you've had all these people. Steven Tyler. Oh, man, he's the bomb, by the way. Aerosmith. Get Bill DeMott there. I do a hell of a sprinkler. I'll get out there. I'll say right now, I'll get on stage with Taylor Swift and do a sprinkler. And all you big fashion people, next year's Fashion Week or whatever it is, you're looking at your next plus-size model. Michael Strahan. JCPenney's his company, right? He's got it on JCPenney or whatever. Michael Strahan. Who's got 2 thumbs and is a plus-size model? This guy. That's where I'm at. All right, that's it. Say goodbye. This is Bill. I'm Bill DeMott. This is Bill DeMott. I'm the Bill DeMott Experience. That's so not it. I'm Bill DeMott. This is the Bill DeMott Experience. Do what you say what you mean what you do. I'm out.
Visit VinceRussoBrand.com to sign up for exclusive VIP content. You get over 20 new video shows monthly, including Vixens Who Rule and The Swerve, where Vince Russo interviews stars in wrestling and beyond. Listen to Vince and Jeff Lane discuss weekly news and rumors and review Attitude Era Raws. Also, watch the cult hit Bucket Full of Chicken next. Go to VinceRussoBrand.com and click the red subscribe button to join now.